being mayor for 4 years, there are many successes we walk away with, and there are many things we could have done better. We learned a lot in the process. And what I am seeing across the country in general, but specifically here in New York, is the increase in anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism. And our goal is how do we use up-to-date technology to address this issue. You heard me for years talk about cryptocurrency and what it means. I took my first three paychecks using cryptocurrency. I was not merely talking about this as a flash and it's going to disappear. No, this is going to be how we are going to address many of the issues you're seeing facing not only the city, but cities in America. And one focus we have on this New York City point is to use the revenue generated to address anti-Americanism, anti-Semitism, to teach our children how to embrace the blockchain technology of how to run cities correctly, as Walmart is using blockchains to.
What up? What up? Welcome to Absurdity Space. I'm Forrest Miller, and I'm here with Christina Oakes on episode 6 on the blockchain. We are on the blockchain right now, fighting anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism every day.
And we're scamming people and taking all the money.
I wish I had done the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme or whatever for literally 30 minutes after the coin launched. They had the classic rug pull, and it's just 3 million. I think it went down by 80%. People pulled out 80% of the coin, and assumably Eric Adams pulled out 80% of the coin. Although now today he's claiming that wasn't him. But Eric Adams is now drained. This is 30 minutes after they launched. $3,400,000 from the liquidity pool of his meme coin, now a rug pull. Funny enough, his net worth when he started this was only $2 million. So if true, if completely true, he gained 1.4. Well, he gained $3.4 million unless he put a lot of it into his meme coin. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if he could give some of that money for me because I got another eviction notice. So hey, Eric Adams, help your girl out. I got 10 days before I'm out of here.
You gotta do a meme coin.
Yeah.
You could probably find a good one. You could probably find you could have Trump doing the YMCA dance on the blockchain, and you buy it.
Or his middle finger,
But we talked last night about the Golden Globes, but we should probably do that again today and go through them because we were waiting for all the Sean takes last night, pretty much.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts about award season? Anything you haven't put out there yet?
I don't know, but I feel like betting on the Golden Globes is a stupid idea because there's no trends. It has to be the Oscars to bet on because at least you'll get a feeling of chances depending on the other previous awards that have been given. You still got SAG with actor, the BAFTA,
Yeah, but they hooked it up with Polymarket, didn't they? And Kalshi.
I know because the stupid UFC championship, that walk on was weird. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, film categories, we got them. Of course, best motion picture, Hamnet. Still haven't seen it. Heard it's not great. No,
I have. I'm like, I was like, it's fine, but they really don't want to give the Sinners. They don't want to give Sinners anything.
Yeah. Best motion picture, musical or comedy. Of course, one battle after another, and it launched a 4-day extravaganza of commentary on people saying the dumbest shit imaginable about it.
Yeah. Well, people still it's so funny. When it comes to it's the same thing with Sinners. Everyone's it's just From Dusk Till Dawn, or it's I don't understand. It's good until the vampires show up. I'm like, you have no vampires, you have no movie.
I saw someone. I can't. It was someone we know that tweeted that, right? I feel like.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Oh, I liked the first half hour before the vampire showed up," but it's like, then all right, see, we'll just make a movie about what's that? The movie like Devil's Crossing or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy standing at the. You could just watch that.
Yeah. The fucking I think didn't Ralph Macchio did it? Was that the same? No, it was a Crossroads.
Yeah,
Who did that one.
Yeah, it's that one. But yeah, that movie I'm talking about. Best motion picture
then people
animated.
will say it's just like that.
Have you seen any of these? Arco, Demon Slayer, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters.
I've seen the K-pop and Elio and the Zootopia too, and I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's still playing. I checked the other day. It's still playing.
I am very much not a K-pop gal. I was on the anti-K-pop train. I'm like, listen, we have boy bands, right? Why do we need 20 members of a boy band who sing and dance, who are Korean, but get plastic surgery to look more appealing to a white European American audience? That's my thing.
The other one on this list, Little Amelie. Is that like, it's not related to Amelie, right?
I don't know.
And then Sinners got the cinematic and box office achievement where you make a lot of money, and then they're like, well, we don't want to give a good award to like a
prestigious award,
Yeah, we got to
because if Superman was nominated, which it probably that probably would have won. They probably like, nah, we're gonna just give this one to Sinners.
I'm kind of surprised. Well, I guess. Did a lot of people see it? Avatar, salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah, they nominated that before it even got released, but they're like, it's an Avatar movie, it's a James Cameron movie, it's gonna make a lot of money, and I'm like, okay, but still, it's wait until the box office is cheap. It happens.
Did it manage to like achieve anything at the box office? I saw a lot of people. That
I
are, like,
think
big
it
fans
almost has $1 billion, and it's
Damn. It's weird to like have a franchise that like I just like I don't know, like I think I saw like a bunch of the first Avatar, and I just wasn't like, I was just kind of bored, and it's like it's funny to have like an entire franchise that some people are like really really into, and then you're just like, there's nothing, like, it doesn't feel interesting to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll get
Ollie London, that guy, yeah, he wanted to become a trans Korean woman, and then he realized he done fucked up and made his penis very small, and realized he could make it about being transgender and not transracial. And people fell for it. They ate it up, and I'm like, you fucking idiots. And
then he went back, and then he tried to get like a bunch of the surgeries reversed. The pictures of him before the surgeries are like crazy. He's just like a guy.
I know, he looks like a dork.
Yeah. And then he started taking money from Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And became
as one does,
Best performance by a female actor. That's right, female actor in a motion picture drama. Jessie Buckley from Hamnet. I'm gonna see it, but it's not like, it's definitely not on top of my list.
Yeah. It's just like I saw again, like Coda was right. It's mostly her just screaming a lot. Like, it's not like I feel like they're just giving Chloe Zhao like something in general, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, she got a bunch of stuff for Nomadland when that came out, right? Like,
yeah.
So it's not like they've never given her anything, and they're like,
Yeah.
I think one of the next movies I watch is going to be the best performance by a male actor in a motion picture drama, The Secret Agent. Although, how long is it? Conan said it's very, very long.
Yeah.
Like, for him, that might be like just a couple hours, or it might be
days.
Watch this good. 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's not. I mean, that's like a pretty.
That's like Wicked Part 1 long,
Yeah. But it might be hard. It might be a longer one when it's like, you're reading the subtitles the entire time.
No, sometimes subtitles for me goes by fast.
Yeah, it really depends on the movie, but I mean, yeah, like it's only 20 minutes longer than No Other Choice.
Yeah.
And that movie went by pretty fast.
Any movie is anything more than 90 minutes. Conan is like, Fuck, you know.
Well, I mean, I agree with him. It's
Yeah.
sitting somewhere for like 3 hours. I remember one battle after another. I didn't know how long it was gonna be, and then like the movie was going on. And I like looked at my phone like right before the movie started, and I was like, oh shit, I'm about to be here for like 2 hours and like 35 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I was watching, oh Jesus, hey, girl. While I was watching, Wicked for Good, I'm like, man, this movie could have been like 20, 30 minutes longer, in my opinion. This went by too fast.
When they're singing, I feel like the movie, well, not always, but I feel like a lot of movies with like singing goes by pretty fast.
Yeah.
They're doing like elaborate, like so many of those like old, like, well, Rodgers and Hammerstein like movies are like 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, Rose Byrne for "If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You." That speech where she like really did not think she was gonna win.
So I know I love when people are like,
yeah.
I didn't know I was gonna win, and I'm over here like, bitch, what are you talking about? You gotta be prepared.
I mean, she wasn't though, at all.
Yeah. It's like when Beyonce won Best Country Album at the Grammys. She's like, wait, what? And all the white folks are like, wait, what? And I'm like, she did win it's a country album. She's from Texas, for God's sakes, people. Why are you shocked she would do a country album? It's fine when Post Malone does it.
I've been drinking watermelon.
This ain't Texas.
I've been drinking.
Chalamet.
Yep. Best performance by a male actor, the only kind in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Timothée Chalamet, Martin Supremus.
Friend of a friend.
That was funny when it was funny when every time you were like, oh, I know this person or this person. We had Sean being like, well, I've actually known this person.
Yeah, but he can flex because he's been in the first 2 Twilight movies. Okay,
that was crazy. That was funny.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Sorry.
Yep, best performance. So this is what set everything off with the one battle after another. Discourse was Tiana Taylor winning. Best performance by a female actor, a femoid actor in a supporting role.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people think they should have split the category with musical, comedy, and drama as well. Because then Ariana Grande probably could have won for Wicked for Good, but like at the same time, it's like, I mean, you could get rid of the podcast category and add that, maybe. Again, I don't know what. Moonlight Extravaganza was not nominated.
Yeah, I guess we're too political. That's the only reason why, and no other reason. Yeah, best performance by a male actor in a supporting role, any motion picture, Stellan Skarsgård. That one was definitely deserved, I'd say.
He's like, I'm an ugly motherfucker with hot kids, and I'm Swedish, and I got a hot wife. Bye-bye. You're welcome, that was his speech. America.
That was his speech. I thought it was a little bit a little bold for him to make that speech, but I'm not a famous actor, so I can't say anything.
I know. With 8 kids, you can't relate. Forced.
That'd be funny if his speech really was. He's like in his accent. He's like, I have a hot wife and 8 kids, and they're all hot kids. Goodbye. And he gets off the stage. Best director, motion picture winner, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. There was a point where it got it felt a little bit too much. I feel like they should have split up the screenplay because he also won the screenplay. And I even got confused that because pretty much everybody had written almost everybody had written their movie and directed their movie that got nominated. Because Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Joachim Trier, those are all so it's pretty much everybody that had directed something this year also wrote it.
Yeah. Big deal.
I'm not saying that this didn't happen a lot. It obviously happened a lot in the old days, but I feel like we've had a resurgence of people that both write and direct. You have to do both almost.
Yeah.
Because for a while there, and it feels like in the 70s and 80s and 60s, it felt like a lot of times screenwriter and director, they tried to keep it separated enough that it's
separate but equal. Yeah, I get it.
But now it's everybody.
Yeah, you got to be screenwriter and director. You got to create your own whatever,
Some people really are not good at writing though.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You
you
can
really
tell.
want that person to write their screenplay?
Yeah.
Best original score, motion picture, Sinners.
Which we didn't see because
They kept it off the screen.
we had to make room for best podcast.
Best podcast goes to Joseph Rogan.
Joseph
It goes
Rogan.
to Sinners.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry.
Best original song in a motion picture, Golden
Stupid
by
K-pop.
Golda by K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know
Yeah.
why they made it. I don't know why they did a musical number about Golda in the middle of it. Is it is iPop Demon Hunters the Israeli version?
Mm-hmm. They're at Eurovision.
I really thought it should be I Lied to You. I felt like that was such a good.
Yes.
They nominated both new songs from Wicked.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the whole point.
Including
the songs are growing. The songs are growing on me. The more. Well, also too, it kind of with No Place Like Home, they cut out a deleted scene where Alphabet goes back to her like the mansion that she grew up with as the governor's daughter. People, just so you know, that the Wicked Witch of the West is technically a Munchkin by race. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Because her mother's a Munchkin. Her bio dad, you'll figure out who it is. Watch the movie.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised they didn't do separate but equal for the Munchkins.
I know. Well, what's interesting too is that there in the deleted scene she goes back. I'm like, again, so many deleted scenes. They could have just added another like 10 minutes to the movie, and it says like, we want to like we down with the witch, we support the wizard or whatever. I'm like, damn, Nessa, treating your sister like that.
What's the Oscar equivalent of the podcasting? There's the Audies. There's the Audies, which are like the audiobook awards. That's pretty much. I wonder what it's like to go there. Like everybody has like a really good voice or something. You're sitting there and they're like, I read the books like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always think it's funny because I always call Audrey the dog, Audie. So I always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Best motion picture, non-English language, The Secret Agent. Agent Man.
They really should have just called it Secret Agent Man, and then we could just whatever.
I definitely want it. I'm going to see it, but it does seem like it's long.
Yeah.
This one was crazy because, and I said it a bunch of times already.
They love giving stuff to Brazil.
They had the voice of Hein Rahab, like the movie about the girl from Gaza that got killed after the movie came out, and they did not let them show any of the movie on the CBS monitor. They pulled away and they just showed the room.
Yeah,
Not
see, this is the problem with Ellison wanting to buy, both Paramount and Warner Brothers is that they're gonna have like control over like actors and like who could be featured now, but like Netflix is like, we don't care. We just want that smaller window of movies being in theaters. You can do what you want with CNN. We don't want it. Whatever. It's just also too like
I have an article on the latest with that.
I talked about yesterday on my show. What's funny too is a lot of people were making like sports analogies. They're like, you don't buy a team when they just had like one good season. You gotta wait if the formula sticks, and I'm like, sure, yeah, that's it. Whatever, yeah, okay.
I mean, I just feel like they've already shown their willingness to like have film blacklists. Like they put Javier Bardem on a blacklist for supporting Palestine, apparently. Like,
yeah, and they're also banning like one like an Avatar, like one of those like last Avatar movies, and yet Paramount's like, oh, we will support releasing films, and they are not releasing a film that would be very well.
You think there'd be more outrage about that kind of blacklist right now?
Yeah.
Like you think there'd be more outrage about someone who has a blacklist buying more and more of this, like trying to buy more and more, film studios. Yeah. So then from there, it's TV. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about TV. I'm not a TV night extravaganza guy.
It depends. I'm excited for Euphoria season 3 though. Fucking Cassie's a OnlyFans model. Marry Nate. Rue's gotta owe that bitch a lot of money. Coleman Domingo's back. I'm excited.
This show sounds. I don't know. Like
I mean,
everything
it's based
hear
off a
about.
show from Israel, so that's all you need to know. And I'm like,
Hey, Euphoria. We come in here and we must do drugs and we all have OnlyFans.
that is really not like. It's so funny. Like that was not my experience in high school at all. Like it's not like if you were like the popular preppy kids, yeah, sure, you were doing drugs, having sex, and doing all this shit when you're like 11, 12 years old. I wasn't like that. But also, too, a lot of these kids are now like parents. It's like they're like, yeah, we got all of our partying in when we were like preteens, and then once we hit our early 20s, we settled down, and became adults. I'm like, yeah, but don't you want like another 20 years of having fun? That's boring. That's why being childless is great. We would know.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are just boring. Like, there's a lot of people that are boring.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we had skins, like both the British one and the American one. So like whenever I see
The
Euphoria,
American one did not do well at all. Like if skins,
Yeah.
if the American skins came out today, it would be fine because of Euphoria. But they had it on MTV, which I'm like, that was the problem right there because they couldn't go as hard as skins in the UK did.
Yeah, I only watched the UK one, but I watched like I remember I watched every episode of it. That's where Nicholas Hoult came from too. Like
A lot of them. Jack O'Connell too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dated what's her face who played Effie.
But I just like I don't know. I just like I liked that show, but when I see the Euphoria, I'm just like, this is just like I don't need like the fentanyl generations version of skins.
Yeah,
Skins
exactly.
Warner Brothers unimpressed by Paramount's meritless lawsuit over Netflix. I
mean, David Zaslav has been hard brushing off, like avoiding Ellison this whole time, and I'm like, dude, you're the one who's allowing this to happen. Unless is it just the shareholders that are allowing this to happen, like Warner Bros. To get bought off? Like, I just don't understand, like why?
Yeah, nerdy Florida gubernatorial candidate James Fishback wants 50% syntax on all OnlyFans models. That's the guy that's like he's literally a fucking groiper that's running for And
he's like, I will destroy all abortion clinics in Florida. I'm like, what abortion clinics? There's like, I'm like, y'all think there are abortion clinics in red states still? I hate to tell you this, but nah, not really.
Yeah, I don't think Ron DeSantis was. No abortions, man. Do you remember when someone tried to give him like he was on the campaign trail and someone tried to give him like I'm trying to remember what it was. It was either like a cake or something like that. He was like, "That's sugar, man."
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? Tiana Taylor just dug her heels in because she basically talked about how she's still friends with Kanye West despite what he is now, and I'm like, oh, I get the discourse now.
I mean, look, if you're in 2026, this is what I was thinking about with that. If you're in 2026 and you managed to stay friends with Kanye that entire time, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you still have a career, your career is going fine. I would say,
don't say you're friends with Kanye West.
Well, I wouldn't come out and say it, but I'm saying like, I feel like you've made it this long, right? Like the hardest parts of being friends with Kanye West when he's like, I love Hitler. Like you stood by him with that whole part. You stood by him when he was like, he put like a bag over his head and was like talking to Alex Jones. You stood by him when he said slavery sounds like a choice. So
and
it's like
Hitler.
I just feel like if you stood with Kanye for that long, you still have a career and you're like not canceled. I'd just say like, I don't know why. Like I wouldn't stop now. I just feel like I feel like it would be weirder to stop being friends with them in 2026. You know what I mean? I'm saying only if you've been friends with them this entire time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just couldn't be friends with someone who seemed reasonable. Obviously, they're mentally ill and they need help, but then they're like, I love Hitler, and it's like, yeah, I can't do this, dog. Nah.
But I'm saying like it's 2026 though, and she stood with him that entire time, right? Like I'm not saying anyone should.
And she didn't have to say anything. I didn't know she was friends with Kanye West until she made.
I didn't either.
What the fuck?
She should have said. She should have said, I want to dedicate this award to my good friend Kanye West.
Yeah, and we would be like, what?
That's what I would have said. Just kidding. But yeah, Warner Brothers discovered the belle of the Hollywood Ball fired back against a meritless lawsuit for Paramount, which is staging a proxy fight to acquire the studio after Warner Brothers Discovery rejected Paramount's latest offer to purchase the studio without adjusting the $30 per share price or addressing the numerous and obvious deficiencies of its offer. I didn't know you could I knew about hostile takeovers, right? Where you try to get your guys in there and like try to buy up as much of the stock as you could. I didn't know you could like file a lawsuit.
Well,
I mean, I guess it's that.
If you look, it's always in Delaware. What happened in Delaware? Elon Musk wanted to, he wanted to buy Twitter. He realized how much it was going to cost him, and he backed down. That Delaware court's like, no, you gotta buy this.
Yeah,
and it's probably that same fucking Delaware court that's probably going to force the fucking Paramount, force Warner Bros. To go with Paramount's deal, and I'm not going to be happy about that.
Per deadline, Paramount suit would ask the court simply direct Warner Bros. Discovery to provide disclosure about how it's valued the global network's stub equity, how it valued overall Netflix transaction, how the purchase price reduction for the networks in the Netflix transaction, or even what the basis is for its risk adjustment of our $30 per share all cash offer. It just sounds sketchy if you're like, we're $30 a share all cash. Like,
yeah,
we will buy you cash on the barrel today if you let us stage our proxy fight for your company. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like this whole process is getting like dragged out. I don't think anyone should be able to buy, like.
Yeah, you can't be owning two media conglomerates, Larry Ellison.
It's like I remember in college in like 2017 or like 2016 or 2017, there was like 6 media conglomerates. And that number is like shrank even by now. Like,
yeah, I mean, you could kind of first of all start with Reagan, the Fairness Doctrine, getting gutted, and then of course, fucking Bill Clinton's Telecommunications Act of 1996.
The Ellisons also own Annapurna.
Yeah,
like the company that makes like CIA inspired movies and Sausage Party.
Oh god, that would be trauma. I saw that with my ex, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny comedy." Like, and then the fucking 30-minute orgy scene with all the food. I was like, all of us in the audience were like, "What the fuck is happening?" I can't eat hot dogs the same way again because I just want to slide into the bun,
Yeah. That movie was fucked up. No, but Annapurna was started by Megan Ellison, so like the less public facing, I feel like at this point, sibling, because like their brother's now everywhere, the other brother's everywhere. I feel like she's somehow under the radar, but they've put out The Master, Killing Them Softly, Zero Dark 30, Spring Breakers, Her, American Hustle, Sausage Party, Wiener Dog. I don't know why they had to make 2 separate sausage related movies.
Oh, wait,
and
so
everybody
they
wants
like
some.
David O. Russell then.
They also received the rights to our good friend Adam McKay's Vice.
Oh, Adam, what? Hi. It's gonna be fun having him back on the podcast.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't know why they bought up Vice, but.
They're like maybe we could edit stuff and then do like a re-release, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ, what do you think you are, George Lucas in the Star Wars original trilogy?
They rewrite it so that Kristen Bale not only he gets skinny over time, right? Like he diets because they play the movie backwards, and he's like but he also and that means he also his heart attacks. He goes, instead of going he's like zoop, he stands up and he's like he's more powerful after each of those, more powerful after each heart attack. And then they cut it to make him look like a cool guy they cut it with footage of American Psycho. Like he's a cool guy doing cool guy things. Yep. But yeah, is there so the Warner Bros. Discovery one, obviously $82.7 billion so far is the offer. Like, once you make an offer, they accepted the offer. I don't really get how the hostile takeover. Like, yeah,
and that's what's confusing me is like, well, they're not being like, I think Ellison's reason is like, and this Netflix is trying to grow as a streaming platform by owning Warner Brothers. I'm like, what the fuck do you think you're doing by owning Paramount now?
Yeah,
Like,
Paramount Plus.
What the? I don't. Streaming for me, but I just also. It's just so funny to me that it's like you don't hear yourself when you're making your argument as to why it would be bad for Netflix to own this company that you want to own as well, when you want to do the exact same thing but worse because you want. I mean, the whole point is just to own CNN.
Yeah, well, I don't.
We already have we got two mainstream pro-Trump net, Fox News and CBS. CNN being a pro-Trump network. Oh, shoot me.
Did you see the Tony DeCouple, the guy that's now doing the CBS Evening News? They have they built
Trump's
a bar.
like, you're welcome. You're the reason why you got this job.
But they now have a bar, and it's like he does Whiskey Fridays with Tony DeCouple, and it's like, who's this for? Like who do you think wants to watch Tony DeCouple get drunk and talk about his adult circumcision?
And also all the Barry Weiss, she's not charismatic. She's not good on camera, but they insist on having these, like, we got to have these conversations. Listen. We live in a time where having a simple conversation does not solve a goddamn thing anymore. Okay? We are
you see the latest one. They put
about Iran, right? They're doing one about Iran,
yeah,
right?
They have the Shah coming on. The Shah is going on to
one of my friends who's like very like centrist, who like brags about loving Barry Weiss and listening to her podcast and being like pro like Ezra Klein, and he's
he's the one guy.
Yes, that one guy, and all of us are like, what? And he's like 20. He's like Nick Shirley's age. I'm like, you're too young to be this moderate. Like, it makes no sense. But he's like, the president has the opportunity to do something good for a change. I'm like, first of all, you're delusional thinking Trump wants to do anything good. Like, why do you think he would have a change of heart? Like, I don't understand why moderates think like this.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like a moderate. Like, you'd think that like any kind of moderate position at a time when everything is like polarized to the extreme, it would just kind of be out of fashion, like completely. I mean, I guess it is, but like it just feels like, I don't know, and like it's like the world feels like it's moving past centrism as like a defining axis to
and they're really trying so hard, also the whole like neither left nor right, and I'm like, nope, you're always right.
So I saw this on Facebook the other day, and I have screenshots of the actual report, but this is from 2014, and it's a report. Well, the Nation was writing about it. It said U.S. border agents. It was the CPB. U.S. border agents intentionally stepped in front of moving vehicles to justify shooting at them. An internal review of the U.S. border policy raises serious questions about agency's use of force policy. So this was between.
They also have internal bleeding.
every all of them, but like it would be funny if you're the one guy who steps in front of a moving vehicle and actually just gets hit, like as an ICE agent or like a Customs and Border Patrol agent. You're like watch this, but it's like it's the exact same tactic.
Yeah,
and they went over.
They got 47 days of training. The average barista gets more than that.
They went over. I think they went over something like there was a post I saw about it, and it's like in 15 cases pretty much of looking into this, right? Like they actually had ICE agents that or not ICE agents, but CBP, pretty much like they work together. It's like Customs and Border Patrol, and they stepped in front of the vehicles and then shot their gun into them a bunch, just like the one the guy did in Minneapolis that we were talking about last week. And the thing is, like it's obviously not like in this report they're like, this is not how use of force is supposed to be justified. Like, you're not supposed to purposely step in front of the vehicle. It's supposed to be if a vehicle drives into you. But it's crazy that even in like nobody talked about it, and even in like 2010 and 2012, like this was already kind of informal policy. Obviously not formal policy, but it's like I don't know, it's like it kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Yeah. Well, also too, there's a video going on of a priest who got and they basically said, oh, you're white, we're not gonna have fun with you. And it's like, well, there you have it. I mean, I don't know, like if
based on a review of the submitted cases, it appears that CBB practice allows the shooting of the driver. This is on a separate thing that I have like from the report that I grabbed a page of it. Subject drivers to flee from the agents who intentionally put themselves into the exit path of the vehicle. What does that sound like? Thereby exposing themselves to additional risk and creating justification for the use of deadly force. In most of these cases, the agents have stated they were shooting at the driver of a vehicle that was coming at them, posing an imminent threat to their life. What does that sound like? Again, in some cases, passengers were struck by the agents' gunfire. Little focus has been placed on the defensive tactics that could be used by shooting agents as such as getting out of the way. Yeah, that classic defensive tactic, stepping out of the way. You should realize that a half-ounce bullet is unlikely to stop a 4,000-pound moving vehicle, and if the driver of the approaching vehicle is disabled by the bullet, was that, this is the exact same story. The vehicle will become totally an unguided threat. Obviously, shooting at a moving vehicle could pose a risk to bystanders, including other agents. And out of, if I remember correctly, there's like 15 times where, ICE agents throughout this 2-year period had done that.
Yeah, it's so funny because, again, there's been so many like AI images and videos, and it's like no one has ICE on their vest. Okay, like it's like I don't understand why people are, but people love to create slop now, but also too like the photoshopped images of like her arrest records and all the rumors that are being spread. And it's like, guys, you cannot die at the age of 37 and then a few years before be 44 years old and be arrested for crimes. I mean, it's not even AI. It's like old school Photoshop that they use because everyone's like, yeah, we find these like arrest records through AI detectors. No AI. It's just classic Photoshop.
Yeah. Well, in 1972, NYPD stopped shooting at moving cars because it's dangerous. It doesn't work. But it's the thing, right? It's a justification for the use of deadly force is what it is. Like, yes. And they had measured like a lot of these out and they talked to people involved and talked to like the agents that had done this. And a lot of them were saying like, oh, I was frustrated. And it's like, that is what happened in the case of Minneapolis.
Yeah, he called her a fucking bitch. Like, yeah. They and they're like, and people are like, well, she should have obeyed. I'm sorry, but ICE doesn't have jurisdiction in situations like that. Like she was stuck in snow, tried to get out of the way. Her last words were like, I'm not mad at you. And then he's like, like I don't understand how anyone could justify, especially considering we're always being told by the right wing, oh, government jackboot thugs are here to take over, blah blah blah, and then typical conservatives, they do not care as long as it crushes their enemies. Yeah. And Democrats are missing.
Well, they also think I think of ICE as like their paramilitary force, right? Like they think of ICE as their law enforcement. I mean, who knows what like. I feel like what we see on like social media or like Twitter and stuff. I mean, a lot of that is like bot farmed activity, right? Like as soon as people put stuff up about the ICE shooting, like all of these people rush into their mentions, and it's like it happened over and over and over again. So like, who knows what the average person really thinks about anything like this? I mean, I'm sure at some point they'll do polling or something like that, but like that's the only way to at least know some of that. It's the most. I mean, I don't want to say even the most extreme, but it's like the most tuned in, I guess, people on Twitter that get the most. I mean, it's like 10% of people on Twitter or something get have like a huge amount of the overall content on that website and always have. And it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's hard to gauge stuff these days.
We're also, a lot of people are like, this is why Anne Frank went into hiding, people, and then we've gotten so dumb in society. A lot of people are like, Anne Frank, the one who was blind and deaf, and I'm like, you cannot tell the difference between Helen Keller and Anne Frank. But also, too, we're dealing with a lot of people who think Anne Frank wasn't a real person, and it's like,
capitalist life. I mean, yeah, there's a certain like kind of capitalist, especially like multinational corporation style capitalists, especially that like definitely lie about that.
They
always talk about crony capitalism, but like a lot of them love crony capitalism. They just don't like when other people get crony capitalism.
Yeah, capitalism for me, but not for thee. Definitely, it's just it's just kind of weird that
thee doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. He literally looks like a Gestapo. Like, who the fuck dresses like that?
Well, that's very clearly a purposeful Gestapo or like a Wehrmacht coat. Yeah, But he also like the way that guy walks, Greg Bovino, which like his name is literally like bovine. Like he literally he's got the name of a cow. But yeah, Greg Bovino or whatever. He walks exactly like Sean Penn as Lockjaw in One Battle After Another. He has the same exact gait, like where he swings his arm out there and has like that weird like tight ass walk that Sean Penn does throughout One Battle After Another. But yeah, so Ken Klippenstein put this out, and I don't want to join your email right now. Ken Clippy. He said, in the wake of a nice officer's killing of Renee Good, the Department of Homeland Security is rolling out Operation Metro Surge. Back in my day, Metro Surge was when a bunch of well-dressed, nice-smelling straight guys pretending to be gay guys, flooded into the cities. But I don't think this was happening this time. Flooding Minneapolis with hundreds of additional federal agents, only to realize it doesn't actually have the confidence to match the bravado. While Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, friend of dogs everywhere, and others in the administration preen about justifying last week's shooting and trumpet their war on domestic terrorism, DHS is privately divided and hesitant about the latest deployments. According to documents leaked to me, Ken Klippenstein, I'm Ken Klippenstein right now. Not only is the department seeking volunteers for the apparently unpopular mission, it is urging its agents to maintain a low profile and comply with the use of force policies. Additional OPSEC or additional operational security. Be mindful of OPSEC and officer safety. Do not wear a uniform or any piece of your uniform when entering or exiting your hotel. Do not display any border patrol or law enforcement insignia on your belongings. Do not divulge meeting staging or operation location. Do not divulge anything related to operations. Be mindful of what you post on social media. Turn off your location settings and set page to private. Always employ situational awareness. Yeah, I think ICE is very good at situational awareness. That's where they really shine. BPATs to TNAs. I don't know what that is. Sectors need to detail personnel to Nat Ops. Select at-large appropriate city. For this operation, I guess that's how to just get into their, that's just how to get into their program online. On Friday, DHS sought volunteers to deploy to Minneapolis, in part due to the opposition within their ranks. According to Border Patrol agents and other Homeland Security workers who have reached out to me, again, Ken Klippenstein. Please begin canvassing your personnel files for volunteers. A memo sent by Border Patrol's Acting Assistant Chief Joshua Andrew Post on Friday. Really, that's the guy's name. The memo outlines the request for 300 additional personnel. Yeah, so they're trying to flood the zone right now, but we do have some personnel, but some just don't want to go. The agent told me. Again, Kenny Clips. As the volunteer for DHS and Customs and Border Protection did not respond to my request for comment.
I never do.
I don't know. I mean, I wish we could know what ICE agents and like DHS personnel were reaching out to Ken Klippenstein's signal. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there are some former ICE agents who are like, here's what goes down, and you're not gonna like it, and you know what I'm gonna say. And I'm like, awesome, cool. But and it's the problem with Democrats. A lot of Democrats like, we will not defund or abolish ICE. We will try to make it I'm like, but ICE was never good. Like ICE was like this was like ICE was only a creation out of like what 9/11.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, pretty much. It was pretty much DHS itself, right? The entire department of DHS was part of a reorganization in 2003 in the wake of 9/11, but also in the wake of the Iraq War and the Bush administration's just general kind of Patriot Act, the Bush administration's kind of general reorganization of the government at all kinds of levels. Yeah. At least the security part of the government. So yeah, I mean, but so you could like remember in living memory when there wasn't an ICE. I mean, I'm sure that they it used to be INS, which is Immigration Naturalization Service, rather than and they were I can't remember if they were operated out of Customs as their main. It's like hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from 1940 to 2003, the INS, superseding agency, USCIS, US ICE, pretty much. So that's like the now they're under ICE, I guess, the INS. But yeah, it was so it was out of the DOJ before Homeland Security, which Homeland Security has always struck me as such a just pretty much like a fascist kind of like sounding name for your for your department.
Yeah. Well, South Carolina is trying to put forth another abortion ban, like complete, because they think exceptions for rape and incest, life of the mother, are too much apparently, and there's two Republican male lawmakers behind it. But it's like the Southern Equality Project. It's like, oh, this sounds like a good name, and then you turn out it's like a right wing like organization. It's like, yeah, no, no.
Yeah. Well, I just say the INS wasn't great. It wasn't good either, really. I mean, like,
yeah,
it still was deporting people. Like,
yeah,
that's what they mainly did. But it was there's like, if you go back and listen to Reagan or like Bush Senior, right, talking about like illegal immigration,
amnesty.
it's
very different.
Such a totally different sound. Like they sound like kind of Democrats do now. Back then, because there's a long standing thing,
kind of
especially
critical of Israel too, which is very weird.
I mean, yeah. Well, it took a long time for us to have our intertwined relationship that we have with Israel. Not supporting Israel. I mean, as like a force. Like we always did that. But like the level of intertwinedness that you really see is like yeah. But there's yeah. So there's like the INS wasn't great. I mean, but you can listen to like even I was thinking about it, old Cheech and Chong like records, right? Where Cheech Marin had a lot of stuff about like the INS coming after him, and it was like he took the song "Born in the USA," but he said, "I was born in East LA." It's like it's a song about where Tommy Chong is an INS like an INS agent chasing down Cheech Marin.
Yeah. But I have some news, some pop culture news.
Yeah, well, let's hear it.
So, Ariana Grande and Jonathan Bailey are going to be on the West End in Sunday in the Park with George, which is based off of the painting. It's based on George Seurat's famous painting, A Sunday Afternoon on the Isle of La Grande Chata. So that's gonna be fun because I love that musical, and it's a good musical for Ariana Grande to dip her toes in. And Jonathan Bailey's gonna be great as George. Mandy Patinkin was Bernadette Peters originally the roles on Broadway. I'm very excited. Hopefully, it does come to Broadway. So far, it's only gonna be the West End, and it's gonna be. I mean, it's a very difficult. I mean, most Sondheim musicals are difficult to sing, but you gotta like have diction, enunciation. It's like she's singing really fast and has to stay still, and it's a whole thing. And it's. I like it. It's a good. I think Ariana Grande is done with her pop career and is going to acting and theater again. I mean, after what happened in Manchester, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I think that's still the most. Or no, not in Manchester. I guess there was one. There was it might have been Taylor Swift. I guess that had the concert. Or it was like the most people killed in one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an attempt. They didn't. They stopped it.
No, there was the one that the guy in who was performing that one then? There was the one where it was the guy out of like a casino. It's like the most that have ever been killed.
Oh, what person. You mean? Oh, what the Jason Aldean concert in Las Vegas? That's in the U.S.
Oh, was that a Jason? Was that a Jason Aldean concert? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro Trump guy too.
Damn.
Imagine, Ariana Grande is like the worst in London and like in the UK. But like it was funny because she was being interviewed and like a siren like spooked her. She was like, "Oh my god!" And everyone's like, "What the fuck happened to her?" I'm like, "She got traumatized at a concert where they suicide bombed it." I don't understand why people are like, "Oh, she's back, she's free, Glinda, she's gone." I'm like, Glinda ruined her, and I'm like, "No, it didn't." I'm like, she's been working her ass off for this role since she was like 10. I'm like, you people are just weird. She put on some fake tanner on. She's got her ponytail back. Chill out, okay?
By the way, it made me hype. It made me hyped up that Dick Van Dyke made it to 100 really recently.
I know. We didn't get Betty White, but we got Dick Van Dyke, and hopefully Mel Brooks.
He was downplaying the possibility that he was going to be 100. And he's like, "Don't worry, if I don't make it to 100, I won't be too bummed out." And it's like,
dude,
yeah, but
I mean, even Julie Andrews is still alive. I mean, come on now.
I like when he walked out and introduced Bernie.
Yeah.
That's like my one exception to my I really hope celebrities stop commenting on politics so much.
Well, it's funny too because a lot of people like Dick Van Dyke has gone through his whole career without saying or doing anything problematic, which means like, oh, people back then were different. No, some people, you could be a good person throughout some of the worst times and more problematic, times and different eras. I mean, it's really not that hard. That's what happens when you're a socialist, I guess.
But I also think like, the problematic kind of stuff, like we don't know what people before social media, right? Like it was a lot less.
But shit got leaked out to the press.
Well, even if you did get shit would get leaked out to the press, but it's like number one, the press was pretty protective over a certain amount of people, and number two, unless you're like John Wayne and you're like the only good Indian is a dead Indian in the middle of a you're getting interviewed by Playboy. You're that famous I believe in benign neglect until black people their culture catches up to ours or something, and he was like being interviewed in Playboy when he said that. I was like, yeah, you're just gonna. Then he was surprised that everyone got mad at him.
Yeah,
John Wayne kind of sucked. Did you know that? Did you know John Wayne kind of sucked? that clip of when the Native American woman who turned out I think Sasha Littlefeather that turned out not to be there was a thing that her family said that she wasn't that, but that she accepted it on behalf of Marlon Brando, and then they had to hold John Wayne back because he was gonna punch a woman in the face at the Oscars. It's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, and look what's kind of going on now with people who are pro-Palestine. I mean, hell, Michael Moore got booed for denouncing the Iraq War and shit like that. And now look, I'm like, hindsight, he was right.
He came to my college, Michael Moore, when I was a sophomore, and he gave a speech, and I had gotten hungover and I missed a class, and they're like, oh well, all right, you could go listen to Michael Moore talk for if you listen to Michael Moore talk for a couple hours at this thing, and we'll give you we'll give everyone that's missed certain classes, we'll give them a couple days back, and we'll let that count as a grade. Which I would have gone probably and seen Michael Moore speak anyway, but
breaking news. Senate Republicans defeat Venezuela war powers resolution, bowing to President Trump's pressure as Vance casts the tie-in break-in vote. Because Trump pressured two GOP senators.
Which ones did he pressure?
Nothing surprises me anymore. I'm just like, well.
They never. When have they passed the War Powers Act in recent memory?
Yeah.
Trying to see the Justice Department memo said Trump could send some troops into Venezuela. They don't want.
Also bombing Iran.
I don't think the whole thing is that I don't think Trump wants to send troops into Venezuela. He wants to do drones. He wants to do bombing. Yeah, but I mean, besides the Delta Force guys, did you see that Seth Harp is getting in was subpoenaed by Anna Paulina Luna and the House Republicans to testify about how he found out who the Delta Force commander was?
Yeah,
and that's crazy. It's crazy. Congress can just subpoena you. You can also just ignore Congress's subpoenas though, and not
yeah, well, everyone's mad that the Clintons are, but the Epstein stuff, I'm like, listen. You cannot be mad at the Clintons for doing that when Trump's all over there too. I don't understand. Also, Bill Clinton, you say you're gonna take everyone down. Do it. Take everyone down with you. You said so.
I'm gonna take everyone down. I did not inhale, but I am gonna take everyone down. I don't know. I feel like I get very disgusted by the partisan gamesmanship of the Epstein stuff, because it feels like we're just turning pedophilia into a thing to throw back and forth.
People are getting bold about being okay with it from the right, and I'm like, I mean, I knew that was probably gonna happen, but it's like,
that was always gonna happen. Well, I mean, that always happened anyway, but that was always
Twitter's in deep shit because of all the grok, dudes undressing, underage, kids and shit like that. I'm like, what do you think was gonna happen? super Hitler mecha, whatever the fuck, you know?
I have a new thing, by the way. I feel like there should be like if we're not gonna regulate AI, get rid of it at all, right?
Yeah.
I feel like people who lose arguments to AI enough times, right? There should be a number of times. If you lose arguments to AI, like I don't know, like 5, 6, 7 times on social media, we should put you on an ice float. Anyone that loses like a certain amount of arguments, we just put them on an iceberg and push the iceberg out to sea.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've brought shame to your family. You lost an argument to Grok.
Yeah. Exactly.
Grok is having a pedal problem.
And a Hitler problem too. Should we since want to wrap up and tell everyone what we got going on with Moon Night Extravaganza?
Yeah, well, we're off on Tuesday, but on Friday we are having Adam McKay come back on. He's going to hang out with us, and it'll be right. Well, I don't know if it'll be right here on the space, but it'll be eventually on the space because Friday. I don't.
Yeah,
yeah,
the 23rd. The 23rd, right?
Mm-hmm. And then on
1 p.m. Eastern, because he's in Ireland.
Oh yeah, we're doing. It said at 1 p.m. Yeah. And I keep forgetting about that, but I won't forget about that when it actually comes time. That's so early for me to stream, but and then on I think it's at a different time as well. I think it's at 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Yeah. That Tuesday after that, like 4 days later, we're having Josh Olson come on.
Yeah,
and that should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
By the way, I agree. Lee Marvin better than John Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we can wrap it up there if you want.
Yeah.
I'm Forrest Miller. This is Christina Oakes. This is Absurdity Space. Low energy Absurdity Space tonight.
Yeah.
We streamed for like 5 hours yesterday. So I feel like a lot of today I was like, oh, I feel like I got my talking out last night when we streamed for like literally 5 hours doing movie night stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll see you next week right here at the same exact spot. This space, that space, all the space, really all the spaces, Absurdity Space. All right.